Peace, family. How y'all doing? Welcome to episode 2 of Will to Heal. And that represents what it looks like to heal, evolve, and love. And that's what we're really here for. We're here to heal because we all had unfortunate upbringings. Regardless of the privilege that you had, we've all experienced difficult upbringings. So once we get to a certain point of our maturation, we need to heal. And I'm just trying to bring you content and a program to kind of walk you through that process as I walk through it myself. So this is what it looks like to heal, evolve, and love. Will to Heal. I am Oktober Brown. This is episode 2. I am honored to be here with you. I am honored for this opportunity. I am honored for this moment. And I won't hold you any longer. Today's episode is a touchy one. Pardon me as I grab my piece. This one is a touchy one. This one is something that I believe everybody that is evolving, that is healing, that is going through the motions of growth, that is living this life, we all go through this point to where we have to figure out who is our family, or what is family, and who is our tribe. I don't know about you, but I know that in the community that I grew up in, family was really important. Your cousins, your god brothers, your god sisters, your aunties, your uncles, like that was a really important piece of who you were. Who was your family? You know what I'm saying? Where did you come from? Who were your older cousins? What work did they put in the streets? Like, you know what I'm saying? Who was your mother? Who was your father? You know what I mean? Like, who are these people that are your family? But it was like, once I got to a different point in my life, I had to really start asking, who is my family? Who are the people that I can rely on? Who are the people that I can depend on, you know? Like, who is my family? And a lot of those cousins, you know, we kind of lost touch. A lot of those people that raised me weren't really in the picture anymore. And it wasn't like I disqualified them or I just didn't care about them. It was like, all right, now in the path I'm going on, who are the people that I can consider my family, you know? So that's what we're talking about today. Family versus your tribe. Your family versus your tribe. It's really something that every one of us are gonna have to ask that question. Who was my family moving forward? So let me first off give you a definition of what family means, all right? So due to whatever source that I read, in Webster or, you know, one of the dictionaries, they said, family is all descendants from a common ancestor. All right, we'll say that again. All descendants from a common ancestor. An ancestor. We all know who ancestors are. Great-great-grandmama, great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmama, great-great-great-great-great-grandpapa. You know what I'm saying? Like, who, that's the definition of family. All descendants. Our family is, if you start breaking it down, generation, you're talking about 4 or 5 generations, and we start talking about, you know, the people that stem from that tree, that spread out, that branch from that tree, we will be going on forever. We might all be related. You know what I'm saying? Like, life had to come from a source. It wasn't 100 people here at one point. We're not gonna go that deep. We're not gonna talk about, you know, the origins of man right now, but we are all kinfolk, so to say. But, you know, we have our immediate family. We have our cousins, we have our aunts, we have our uncles, we have our mother, our father, our brother, our sister. You know what I mean? So these are the people that we call family in this day and age. But actually, who is your family? Who are the people that are in your life right now that you can really depend on? That's where we're going to go right now. So I said family versus tribe, right? So this is the definition of a tribe. And I like this definition. It kind of fits, right? A tribe, a social division in a traditional society consisting of families or communities linked by a social, economic, religious, or blood ties with a common culture or dialect. I'll say that again. A social division, a segment of a social population, all right? A social division in a traditional society, all right? So this means we live in whatever state you live in, whatever community you live in, but there is a population of you all within this larger state, within this larger community. So a social division in a traditional society consisting of, right, this is the point, consisting of family or communities, right? So you can have a tribe where we're all cousins, where we all are blood linked. You've seen them tribes, that damn large ass family in the hood is 28 cousins, 19 uncles, like that's a tribe. Like the such and such is the Johnsons, the Browns, the whoever's are a tribe. Like you've seen that, right? But this is a little deeper where I'm trying to go. All right, so it says, or communities, right? Communities, this is when we're talking about individuals now. It's not families. So a social division in a traditional society consisting of families or communities linked by social, economic, religious, or blood ties with a common culture or dialect. So when you're talking about culture, culture is a way of life. Culture is not, culture is, we all are part of a understanding, a common understanding of how we live. Our diets are all the same. You know, we all kind of pay attention to the moon cycles. This is a culture. When you're in tune to this type of culture, this is your way of life. You don't wake up and look at the moon because it said it on the news. No, you're in touch with the moon. So you are, this is your lifestyle, that praise, that observation, that adornment, the trees, the earth, natural elements, all of these things. When you live that culture, when you're really in this culture that you and I are in, this is your everyday life. You ain't doing it because people are looking at you. You're doing it because this is actually who you are. So that's what a culture is, right? So a tribe is a social division, a group of people in a traditional society amongst a larger group of people, right? Consisting of families, we talked about that, or communities, individuals, linked by social. This is your economic system. This is how you talk, how you interact with people. This is what you were brought up on, the smells within our houses, the food that we ate, you know, how we joke and laugh, and the jokes that we get, and the energy that we give off. Social, economic, you know, we're talking about money now. Economic, religious. A lot of tribes had the same religion, so they were all connected by this way that they worshipped, all right? Or blood ties, that's with the family, with a common culture and dialect. The dialect part is the big piece, right? It's cool, like you can add that or you can, you know, disqualify that, but your tribe, your true tribe, y'all gonna have your own language. You're gonna have your own form of communication. You're gonna have your own, like literally your own dialect. You'll be able to talk to each other and amongst a group of other people and probably say things that the next person sitting right next to you might not even understand. You know what I mean? But it doesn't have to get that deep. It does not have to get that deep. But that's what they're talking about. You know, we have a communication understanding. You dig? So that's the definition of a tribe. I'm gonna say it again. Family, the definition of a family. All descendants from a common ancestor. Boom, that's flat out. We understand that, right? Tribe, a social division in a traditional society consisting of families or communities linked by a social, economic, religious, or blood ties with a common culture and dialect. Now, moving forward, as we begin to evolve, as we begin to grow, that community is very small. The large families we came from, the large communities we came from, we begin to move in a different direction. And that's when the tribe starts to become one person, two people. You don't even know at a certain point. You don't even know who you can trust anymore at a certain point. In the beginning, you're like, yo, I don't know who anybody around me is anymore. And they don't know who I am. I need to remove myself, you dig? So at a certain point, it really gets slim. But this whole program is about trusting that process, appreciating that process, because literally, we're all going through it. And this is responsibility, this is accountability, but this is the battle between family versus tribe. So as we begin to evolve, we really need to start picking our crowds with intention. We need to start letting our hearts lead us in different places to where we meet different people. A lot of us can get secluded and start to remove ourselves from everything because everything that we know isn't in accordance with who we were trying to be. So we think that isolation and solitude is really helping us and is saving us. And it is a part of it. It is a part of it. Being a monk, like going into the Himalayas of the mind and tapping in and learning yourself, loving yourself, truly becoming who you are becoming is a major part in solitude, and isolation is in that role. But as we bloom, that's the cocoon part, you know? But as we bloom and our wings begin to spread, we need to get outside. We need to get outside. We need to meet our tribe. And then now this is the part where I feel like a lot of us are at. Who is our tribe? Where is our tribe? A lot of us are stuck within a community that we live in. We can't be in LA. We can't be in Atlanta. We can't be in these places that have a culture of diversity. You know, we might really be stuck in Michigan. We might really be stuck in Illinois somewhere, in some town, or in Connecticut, somewhere in the town where, you know, nobody out here nobody out here talks like me. Nobody out here thinks like me. But God bless this social media era, man. We have a whole universe out here that we can tap into. And this is what I need people to stop being afraid to send out the back signal. Don't be afraid to send out the vibration that you need new friends. Don't be afraid to step outside of yourself and send that Facebook request. Follow that person on Instagram. Comment, interact. Find your tribe. Find your tribe. A few years ago, when I was really into my poetry, I live in Connecticut, so I'm like, I need to meet more poets outside of the state to open up my opportunities, you know what I mean? So I can branch out and move out of what I'm stuck in right now. I started friend requesting probably over 300 poets, man, from all over the country. There was a national convention, a poetry slam, I think it was in Chicago that year, and I had some people that I knew that were up there. So I'm just looking at the pictures and the posts and who's posting from there, and I'm just boom, request. Man, it started changing my timeline. It started giving me the energy and the appreciation and the insight and thoughts and the content that I wanted to see. Not just the people that I went to high school with, not just the people that I knew when I was 19, 20. Like, fuck them on some real shit. Fuck them. Like, you really gotta delete a lot of people once you start to get into this new phase. And some people got so much ego, they're like, I'm not deleting nobody. You gotta watch this glow up. But that unfollow button works too. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to delete people, that unfollow button definitely works, right? So we're moving forward, right? So boom, like maybe a year later, once I saw the change of my timeline, once I started adding people who thought like me, who had a passion like me, I started having a better online experience. I wasn't dealing with the people that I'm arguing with, debating with on every post. No, it was none of that. Now I'm liking and I'm seeing people grow and I'm seeing the beauty. A year later, as my spiritual evolution started to grow, I was like, man, where is all the black dope weird motherfuckers? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's all the people that are into the shit that I'm into? The people that read tarot, the people that had, you know, all the Oshuns, you know what I'm saying? All the Shangos, you know, all the people that are on this wavelength of this traditional, untraditional, this is non-traditional in Western society, but the traditional roots of where we came from. Who's tapping into that? And I started finding these people. And what, you know how Facebook works. Once you start friend requesting specific people, they suggest people that are connected to them. And literally, I wasn't afraid, man. I'm sending friend requests out with good vibrations. And I'm having a different experience on social media due to that, because I literally curated my experience. Now, I still have people that I grew up with that are on my page, but very few. And it's probably people that I meet out day to day that I have on my page. But on some real, like, I have no problem deleting nobody. Like, that's just, sometimes it gets fun, but I try not to be petty. But literally, like, if you aren't enhancing my experience in this moment, you gotta get out of here. And this is what I mean about family. This is what I'm talking about family. If they are not helping your life progress, if you have family that are not supporting your dreams, if you have family that are more of a weight than a breath of fresh air, if you have family that are connected to you deeply, I'm talking about deeply, like we all got these type of family, but if these are the type of family that you see on a day-to-day, you see weekly, you know, you feel like you gotta be in the group chat, like these are the people that, you know, like you might be in certain circumstances and situations that are not beneficial to your happiness, that are not beneficial to your growth. And those are the family that have to be removed. They are the family that have to be removed. Like, you can always love your aunt, you can always love your cousin, but if that cousin ain't got nothing but drama, she always the one that's literally killing the vibe. She comes in, she don't trust, she don't respect people. Like me trying to even formulate what that cousin looks like is so foreign to me because I don't allow it. But I know that you guys, somebody out there is dealing with that type of shit. You got that cousin that gossips about everything. You know what I mean? You got that cousin that's always into some bullshit. You know, you got that cousin that literally, like, you wouldn't even trust her with your bag. You know what I mean? Them ones. You can love your family from a distance. You don't have to always be at Thanksgiving. You don't always have to be at that birthday party for auntie. You can take auntie out to eat on a Tuesday because her birthday is on Saturday. You know, all them cousins gonna be there that you don't want to be around. You can take auntie out to dinner on a one-on-one and talk to her and let her know, like, I love you, but it's just too much. You can still love your family, the ones that you need, that you have that connection with, but you don't need all of them. You don't need all of them. And as you start to do that, you'll start to acquire, or you'll start to find, you'll start to align yourself with more people that are on that same path, that do vibrate at the same frequency, that does have that same heart that you have, the heart that you're trying to grow and have. Have to remove yourself from those apples because that fungus spreads, and you know it does, you know? So this is what this is about. This is about the moment when you start to think, who is my tribe and who is my family? But then you take it a step further. You make your tribe your family. You make your tribe your family. You love on them. You give them that time. You give them that energy that you gave those people that were connected to that ancestor. that brought you down, you give it to the ones that will use it to fertilize their soil and bring you back fruit. You know what I'm saying? So this is what this moment is about. This is what this episode is about. And I believe this is a big piece of the puzzle for all of us. All of us. Not just, I'm talking about all of us. If you're going through the evolution, you will have to come to the point where you realize, who is my family, who is my tribe, and who am I moving forward with? You dig? So what I want you to do now, right? I'm gonna ask you a few questions. I'm gonna ask you a few questions that I want you to sit back in your own head, think about, come up to a conclusion with. What does family mean to you? What does family mean to you? Think about that. What does family mean to you? My definition of family is a person or people that I can depend on. That I can depend on. It's more than just saying, yeah, we know each other or we're related. No, like, if I'm down and out, like, can I depend on you for positivity? Can I depend on you to even answer your phone? Can I depend on you to even answer your phone? You know, when I call, you gonna send me the voicemail, check whatever, you know, hopefully I text you and you text me back. You know what I mean? Are you even gonna answer my call? Ask yourself, what does family mean to you? Another question, you know, and I'm not saying cut all your cousins off. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying love them from a distance. You know what I mean? Love them from a distance, man. You know, I feel like we've kind of touched all the points I was trying to touch. We define family. We define tribe. We understand that this is a universal process. This is a universal phase that we are all going through, that we all have to go through. Now that we know this, we don't have to feel bad. We can remove that obligation, knowing that that obligation is a choice, and that obligation is power. That obligation is access to us. And we have to really limit that access and be intentional with who we give that access to. And I don't want to keep beating it, keep running around it, swinging around it. I believe that we really understand now. You can play this back. You can catch the, you can take some notes. You can share it with a friend. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can get updates and notifications. I send you out a challenge. Write that down. Write that down. What is family, or what does family mean to me? Write that down. Have a clear understanding of what that means to you so that you can move forward and be intentional with your connections, your interactions, and watch life give you so much more. When you remove yourself from death, place yourself around life, watch life feed you with more life, more love, more experiences that are in tune with what you want. I'm honored, man. I'm grateful to the universe for bringing us here today. I'm grateful to you for giving me your patience. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. This is episode 2 of Will to Heal. I am Oktober Brown. I will see you soon. Love, light, and remember, give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. I'll say it again. Give yourself grace. Peace.